everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video we're going to be doing a little bit of questions and answers. So you guys sent me some questions on my Instagram stories last night. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I will link it here below. And you were asking me questions about my Etsy shop, what materials I use, how I decide what I'm going to make and things like that. So sit back, relax, get a cup of tea like me, drinking some chamomile tea, and I'll answer your questions. The first question I have here is, how did you know you were ready to open an Etsy shop? This is kind of an interesting question because I don't think there's ever a point where I was like 100% ready to open the shop. But I guess having a few products behind me and practicing the things that I was making made me feel more confident in what I was selling before I opened the shop. And I guess the point where I really thought I was ready was once I had ordered business cards and stickers and kind of had decided on my packaging. I felt a lot more comfortable with selling things on Etsy. I don't think I ever felt like a 100% ready to sell on Etsy, and I think that'll be the same for most people here. But I think the thing that made me feel most comfortable was definitely having business cards and just some like professional logo stickers printed. I use Banana Print. I talked about them in a previous packaging video, so check out that if you want more details on Banana Print. But yeah, having a logo, having business cards, that made me feel like a business. The second question I have here is, what paint do you use to paint your clay pins? So this is quite a good question. I actually don't have very much paint, and I can show you how little paint I have. But you don't actually need much paint to get started. So I actually use a few paints by Winsor & Newton. So I have yellow, blue, red, so all your primary colors, white. I have black somewhere, but I can't find it right now. And I also have phthalo green. So I kind of just started with the white, red, blue and yellow, and I mix all my own colors, so any of the pinks and light blues and stuff, I just mix myself. I did find this phthalo green though, and I flipping love phthalo green. I absolutely love this shade of green at the minute. I think when you mix it with white, it just makes the most perfect like cool toned green. It's so nice. But in the words of Bob Ross, you only need a tiny little bit or it'll eat up your whole world. So be careful with phthalo green. I highly recommend, you know, spending a little bit of extra money just to get the high... I do highly recommend spending just that extra bit of money to get the good quality paints, because these Winsor & Newton paints are super pigmented. Anytime I paint something, I only need one coat of paint, whereas if you're using craft paints, they're going to end up being quite watery and not very pigmented. So definitely some Winsor & Newton paints or any other high quality paint with high pigmentation is what you're going to want for painting any sort of clay product. The next question I have here is, how do you plan and decide the shapes you use? So much love for your work, and that was from Sophia, so thank you very much, Sophia. I guess my plan is no plan, usually. I kind of just, it depends really. Sometimes I'll roll out the clay and I maybe have an idea that I want to make maybe some frogs or some cats, or maybe I want to make like a specific shape of earring. So I'll start off with making the one or two things that I know I want to make, and then because I have the clay rolled out, I'll just kind of experiment with different shapes. I'm always trying new shapes and trying new things, so I guess I kind of have a rough idea of maybe one or two things I want to make, and then after that I just go wild. Where do you buy your supplies? I tend to buy all of my packaging and shipping materials on Amazon. I tend to use eBay more for like molds and clay and the pin backs and things like that. But I also actually like to shop on Etsy because they tend to have, you know, because it's obviously a website for crafters and for people that make things, they actually tend to have a lot of the supplies that you need. So actually a lot of my jewelry, like my silver studs and like silver earring hooks, I've got them off Etsy before, and I've also been able to find really nice molds. Some of them haven't arrived yet because I ordered them from a shop in China via Etsy, but I'm still waiting on molds and beads and different supplies to come in too. So I'm actually quite new to getting the supplies on Etsy. I usually use Amazon and eBay, but you can find some really quirky and interesting and different things on Etsy. Who are some of your favorite artists? So I love this question. Okay, so one of my favorite artists and YouTubers is Leah Lexon. I absolutely love her style of painting. She has so much texture in her work, it's just... Another artist I really love is Jisupi on Instagram, or Jisoo. an artist. She does illustration and she makes like the cutest frogs I've ever seen. I actually purchased her, she has this like desktop icon pack, and one of them is like a froggy icon pack, and now my whole laptop looks like a frog forest and little frogs. Oh, she does the best frogs ever, so if you're into frogs, check out Jasupi. Another artist I'm absolutely loving at the minute is the Forest Mori. She does the cutest stuff ever. I'm sure you've already heard of her. She makes the cutest pins. She does great little ceramics and little ceramic sculptures. I absolutely love her stuff because she sells things from Hong Kong. Anytime she updates her shop, it's like 3 AM for me, and I like to go to bed early, so I always miss her shop updates, but one day I will buy something from the Forest Mori. And I'll do one more artist that I love that I have to mention because it's like 100% ceramics. Amy Ceramics. Oh my gosh, her stuff is so cute. She does these like little like pet planters, and all the pets like have a name, and they're just the most beautifully made plant pots, and they're just so nice. If you want to check out any of these artists that I've mentioned, I will leave their Instagram links below for you to check them out because they're just definitely worth a peek. They're absolutely lovely and so inspirational. Will you be posting more Etsy shop update videos? Yes, I will. So I made an Etsy shop update video after after 1 month on Etsy. I'll probably not do a 2 months on Etsy because I don't think I've really changed that much, but I'm starting to change a few things now about how frequently I post on Instagram and stuff. So I'll probably do a 3 month on Etsy update to see how those changes have affected my sales over the next month. So do keep an eye out for more Etsy shop updates. If you're also starting an Etsy shop, they might be helpful. And I'll do one more question here. What are your best tips for Etsy shop beginners? So I guess my biggest tip for people that want to start an Etsy shop and they're maybe feeling like they're not ready or they're a bit nervous about it is just to start, like just open the shop. You don't have to have lots of stock. You can honestly just have 1 or 2 items. You don't have to have perfect packaging. I only really had like paper envelopes and some stickers and a business card, so you don't really have to have much to start. So just get started. You will learn so much along the way. Definitely try and watch some more videos and do some research before you start, but I mean, you'll learn so much more once you actually get started than what you will learn from watching videos and stuff. So just get started and just hope for the best. So that is everything that I have for you today. Thank you so much for sending in questions on Instagram and also for your questions in my comment sections on my videos here on YouTube. I always read them and I always reply. So if you have any more questions, feel free to drop them below and I'll get to them in the comments section. I'll reply. You know? I'm really having trouble speaking today. If you like this video, please give it a like, and also if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. I would really appreciate it. I make a new video every single Sunday at 7 PM. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!